Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Gardner. I'm a junior at the University of Illinois, and today we are going live. I'm going to be making two different types of dog treats, peanut butter and pumpkin biscuits, and also peanut butter and banana frozen yogurt bites. This is my mom. She's my assistant for today. She's going to be helping me make the dough, and also, this is my dog, Aria. She's going to be, I don't know if you can see her.
There she is.
She's going to be our taste tester for today. So she's very excited. She's been whining this whole time. She really likes it.
She likes her treats up here that Rachel has made for her.
Yes. So,
come on down here.
First, we are going to make the peanut butter and and pumpkin biscuits. The recipe is linked in the description box if you want to make them with me right now, or if you just want to make them at a different time. The link is down below. I found a recipe from the website's called damndelicious.net, but it's a food blog, and they just have like a bunch of recipes on their website. So first, you are going to take 1 egg. Also, we cut this recipe in half because we have dough that's already made. So yeah, we're just gonna cut it in half. So you'll need 1 egg, but if you were making the full recipe, you would need 2 eggs. And then 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree. And also make sure that it's just pure pumpkin and not like pumpkin pie puree, because sometimes that has like extra sugar in it. And then 2 tablespoons of unsalted natural peanut butter.
Where do you get that from?
So a lot of people don't know this, but some peanut butters have xylitol in it, which is actually very poisonous for dogs. So you're gonna wanna make sure that the peanut butter is all natural. Some of the brands that have natural peanut butter are Trader Joe's, and then Target, the Good and Gather brand. That one's good.
So don't use Jif.
Yes, don't use Jif, don't use Skippy. Those both have xylitol in them. So you're just gonna wanna whisk together your pumpkin, your egg, and your peanut butter. All right, so it should look like that. And then,
should you preheat your oven first?
Oh yes, I also preheated my oven to 350 before we started. That's why I forgot to say it. And so you're gonna need 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour.
And why whole wheat? What's the difference between?
I guess because it's just regular white flour.
It's bleached and
yeah.
Yeah, there's other chemicals in it.
Other chemicals, right? You can also find other recipes that don't use flour. Some people just don't really like feeding their dog like grains or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I also looked up that an alternative to whole wheat flour is oat flour, which you could just make from like oatmeal and then put it in a blender and you have oat flour. As you can see, it's very sticky. So you're probably going to want to use a spoon to scrape out some of the excess. Yeah, I might just use a spoon to mix the rest of it. And yeah, just keep adding it in. Oops, too much. But yeah, if you were making the full recipe, you would need 2.5 to 3 cups of flour. Today, I'm just making it. And also, it does take quite a long time to mix all this together. But you want the dough to be super dry. Like it cannot be sticky, or else it's going to be really hard to roll it out and then cut them into shapes. So yeah, it should look something like that. I'm not going to mix the rest of it because, like I said, it just takes a very, very long time
to get the right consistency.
Yeah.
So you mix it with your hands.
Yeah, mix it with your hands, kind of form like balls almost, and then just keep adding flour if you need to. It also, it's very messy too, so keep that in mind. So this is what it should look like when it's all combined and mixed together.
Do you think putting it in the refrigerator for a little bit to kind of harden it?
Yeah, so I also made these last night, and it did take a very, very, very long time. So I would say if you do want to make these, put the dough in the fridge maybe like an hour or so beforehand, before you cut them out. Yeah,
so it's not so soft.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a little more flour. So next, you're just gonna flour instead of this. Kind of do like a little kneading type action. So knead it out. Aria's very excited. She loves these. But yeah, a lot of dog treats that are made by like big corporations have a lot of preservatives in them. And our old dog we used to have, his name was Kobe. We never really made homemade treats for him too often.
No.
He passed away last year, but he did like to eat. I wish we did make him homemade treats more often, but that's why Miss Aria.
Yeah. He ended up the dry dog food. We didn't know any better. The vet told us to, use a certain dry dog food. I won't say the name because a lot of people might be using it.
Yeah.
But he ended up getting bladder cancer. So unfortunately, last year he passed on March 30th.
Yeah, it's almost
we
the
found
1 year.
Yeah. So
sad.
sorry.
Just keep in mind, talk with your vet, see what food would be best for them so they can, live a healthy and long life.
So with Aria's 2, and I don't want to go
She's
through
a German
that again.
Shepherd, by the way.
So we feed her mostly a raw diet. She likes steak, which sometimes my husband jokes that she eats better than we do.
Also, German Shepherds, they have very sensitive stomachs. So we found that, whole foods without a bunch of ingredients in them, dried dog food are the best for her.
Yeah, we use when we do use dry, we use like a single ingredient type of dog food.
Yeah.
She's very spoiled. She loves tuna fish, so the cat and her get tuna fish at night.
Yeah.
Just human tuna fish, not cat food.
Everything in moderation too.
Yeah.
Like we don't make these treats like every single week.
No.
It does make a lot of them. Like I made a batch last night and quite a bit. So oops. It will last a while. Okay, so after rolling out your dough, should look like that. Should be like a 1/4 inch thick. Make sure it's not sticky. Looks pretty good. So I found these cookie cutters on Amazon. They're actually in the shape of dog bones, which is so cute. And also I have a little fact about how dog treats got shaped into dog bones. So an American inventor, his name's Carlton Ellis, In 1907, he had the idea of shaping dog biscuits into a bone. So in 1908, the bone-shaped biscuits were released by F.H. Bennett Biscuit Company. And today that company is actually known as Milk-Bone. So a lot of you may know that brand of dog treats. They're pretty standard at like a lot of Petco's and other grocery stores. So it should look like that. It's a really small one. If you want to cut.
Oh, okay. You want to?
You can make different shapes. But yeah, dog bones or dog biscuits actually were invented by the Ohio electrician. His name was James Spratt in 1860. He was traveling to London to sell lightning rods, and very random. But when he was traveling, he saw dogs eating hardtack, which is what sailors used to eat on their long journeys or voyages. So he had a really good idea of creating dog biscuits that would serve as dogs' main, food source. So he founded Sprat's, and his patent meat fibrine dog cakes were mixed with grains, beetroot, vegetables, and dried unsalted parts of prairie beef. So interesting ingredients there, but yeah. So his main market, I guess, like target market, were English countrymen, because they were pretty expensive at the time. So those were his target people to sell them to. Then when he came back to America in New York, he also brought his business there. So yeah, pretty interesting. And the New York Times, they actually called his meat fibrine dog cakes the principal food for show dogs. So kind of had like a uppity type of feel about it, yeah.
Didn't know all this stuff about that.
I didn't know it either until I researched it. That's pretty cool. And then, so after World War II, the Americans were more prosperous and more people had dogs as pets. And a lot of like these big dog food companies
looking at these, huh?
started making dog treats, but they were loaded with fat, calories, all these like extra
stuff we didn't know what they are.
Yeah, stuff you didn't know really like how to pronounce like on the ingredient list. So that's why like a lot of dogs then and now are either overweight or obese. And like our previous dog that we had, he was a little bit overweight, and we didn't really feed him like homemade treats that often. So he did get a lot of like store-bought treats, which, it could have contributed. Yeah,
I can't roll them out.
Could have contributed
to the bladder cancer.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's crying.
Our taste tester wants to taste.
Very soon, very soon. Okay. Then roll out. Oops. There we go.
Do you need more flour?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I moved it a little bit.
It's very sticky. Or sticky. Oh my god. She's so excited. That's when you know they're good, when your dog gets excited.
Oh, nope, can't turn yet.
Rolling out. And also, pumpkin is super good for dogs. Has a lot of soluble fiber in it, which is great for digestion. Peanut butter is also very good, but remember to keep it in moderation, because it is like pretty high calories. So. And there's quite a bit of fat in it. But once in a while, it's okay for your dog. She's very spoiled. So. Okay.
Get a couple more.
Yeah, a couple more. I just love these things.
And they're very cute.
Because when we used to make them in the class, we would just like
Make
roll them into
round
little balls.
balls.
They're definitely cuter. That's probably enough.
Well, might
Or
as
a
well.
little more?
Yeah, make
Alright.
it all up. Because there's
Oh, she has her bunny. Used a lot of that flour past 2 days.
okay. Oh,
Has the vet ever like recommended certain treats for them, like brands?
not particularly, but I think homemade is best. And I think I've been doing a lot more reading on, whole foods for pets. So I saw a dehydrator where you can make your own. You ever see those chicken jerky things? You can make your own, so
Beef
it's
jerky.
actually in it. And the beef jerky, like the bacon bits and bacon. What's the one?
Bacon
strips.
Yeah.
We don't give her
Those
any of those.
are very, very good.
So I'm gonna get one of those dehydrators. Put some chicken and
Yeah.
actually beef liver. You can make little treats.
Yeah, especially with, like meat treats, they put a lot of weird stuff.
And
And-
preservatives.
Yeah,
We could probably do a couple more of those.
and it's just a
Not
little
good for
concerning
them.
because, like, if you wouldn't eat it, why would you feed it to your dog?
Well, speaking of that, the Frosty Paws, it's like the little ice cream cups that you could get for your dogs.
Mhm.
And it says frozen dog treats, but it also says not for human consumption, which that's a little concerning. If a human can't eat it, why would you give it to your pet?
Right.
So we no longer give her these. We did
That was
buy
just in
them.
our
They were in
freezer
our freezer for a while,
a long time.
probably pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
So we will be throwing that out.
Because we have another treat that we're gonna make.
Which
Which
is
is more
very
like-
healthy for her.
Yeah, it's more of a dessert type. Probably more of like a summer treat too,
Mhm.
since it's frozen.
Cool.
Oh my gosh, she's so excited. Okay, I think we're good with that. One more.
The other.
One more little one. Also, these are good for like training too.
Could just break. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Because they're little and yeah. All right, so oops.
wow. Where's the
One more.
little? I don't want to waste them because it
One
takes so
more.
long to make.
It does take.
Alright,
But it's
one.
worth it. So this is what it should look like. Oops.
You could just put the strips on so you could break them off so you don't waste it if you can't really make a new one. Just
Or
take
just,
the
like-
strips and just break them off.
So just put it in a 350-degree oven for about like 20-25 minutes until they're like golden brown. It might be a little hard to tell since they're like a brownish color already, but yeah, 20-25 minutes should be good.
So this we can show what it looks like when they're done.
Yes. All right, next.
We'll want to show.
Oh,
well,
so
no, they're okay.
they're baking.
They're baking.
So I'll
Okay.
show you in a little bit.
Might be.
So next, we are going to make the frozen yogurt bites. And I already made the mixture beforehand because I didn't want the blender to be like way too loud. So for this, all you need is 2 cups of plain Greek yogurt. We use the Faye Total 0% milk fat. According to the AKC, this is like the best yogurt for them to eat because there's literally like nothing in it besides grade A pasteurized skim milk, live active yogurt cultures. That's it.
No preservatives.
No preservatives. Yeah, there's no sodium. Oh wait, yeah, there's a little bit of sodium, but that won't hurt them. So, because the peanut butter has no sodium, so that's good. Not a lot of sugar either. So you'll need 2 cups of that, and then 3 tablespoons of peanut butter,
Oh, there's peanut butter in
this one. Or, you know, the Target one, doesn't matter. And then 1 large banana and 1 tablespoon of honey, but that's like optional. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Just put it in a blender and it should be pretty thick. If it's too thick, I would add like a little bit of water so it's easier to pour.
So you make your molds.
Oh, yes. So I found these molds on Amazon. This one has paw prints on them. They're so cute. This one's dog bones. So yeah, they're really, really cute. So I'm just gonna pour it in. Oh, just pour a little bit because it overflows.
So you don't want to make them too big either.
Yeah.
You don't have to fill them up all the way.
Honestly, people could probably eat this and shoot as well.
Or you could use a spoon to.
Yeah, I just think this might be a little easier.
Oh, she likes these too.
Yeah, yogurt's also really good for dogs. It has, I think, probiotics in it.
And probiotics are good for dogs.
Yeah, when we first got her, my brother, he gave her this like probiotic smoothie type thing. And I always thought that probiotics were bad for dogs. And apparently they're good for them. So I was like freaking out. I thought he like poisoned her.
Well, speaking of that, the xylitol, why? Oops.
It's okay. It's fine.
You thought that there was xylitol in the melatonin gummies that we use.
Yeah, so I
but
had
there wasn't.
I had my melatonin gummies were like by my nightstand one night.
Well,
and I went downstairs to do something and I came back in my room and the 2 gummies were gone and I was freaking out. I'm like, who ate my gummies? And I saw her come out of my room.
although it didn't do anything to her, we looked it up, and actually melatonin's okay to give dogs, but with
certain brands do have xylitol.
That's what you have to watch. And apparently, if she did eat them, it did nothing for her. She was up at 3 o'clock in the morning wanting to go out, and she just slept like normal. Oh, I know.
Soon.
You're
Very
almost
soon.
ready.
Almost ready. Oh my gosh.
Okay. She gets very excited.
She does like treats. What? Almost done. Okay. That's good enough. There's some extra, but I don't think it's going to fit the rest of these.
You know,
So, yeah.
here, let's just, here, go ahead. You go finish what you're
I
saying.
did.
Oop,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, don't do that. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine.
I won't help anymore.
No, it's fine. I did that. I made these yesterday too, and I made such a mess.
Oh well. Yeah.
So put these in the freezer for like 2 to 3 hours. Then they should be done.
See,
Oh
I'm
my
not
gosh,
good at
okay.
this. She's much better at this than I am. I'm just trying to use it up. Forget it.
We'll fix it. But yeah, once they're done, they should look like.
Don't do that. She did such a nice job, and I messed them up. That's okay.
They should look like this. Or here, I'll take a photo. Look like that. With the little bones. They're so cute.
Hurry up! Do you want one?
They're perfect for summer and right now. I guess.
Oh, I don't know how.
I don't.
She does a little trick. So, is it pretty? Pretty. Good girl. You probably couldn't see her because she's.
All right, so the biscuits are still in the oven, but I did make some last night, so I can show you guys what the final product looks like. So they should look like that. Super cute. Also, make sure that they're completely dry, or not dry, completely cooled off before putting them in any sort of like container or anything, because they will get soft if they're like compacted with heat. So yeah. If she wants to try.
Aria, do you want a cookie? Do you want a cookie? Come here.
You've been waiting so long.
Come here. You've been such a good girl. Maybe we could. We could do it over here. Oh, Aria's. Oh, Oh, she's too quick.
Okay.
Want me to sit? No, she's eating. Sorry.
That's all
I was
right.
trying to get her to sit nice.
All right. Well,
Okay.
thank
Sit-
you so
sit-
much for
sit pretty.
watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this live stream. Yeah, just, make homemade treats instead of going out and buying them. I'm sure you'll save money as well. Like flour is pretty cheap. Peanut butter is pretty cheap. Eggs are super cheap. So, yeah.
Feed natural.
Feed natural, yep. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Go Illini.
Go Illini.